Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Peggy here at Peggy Still Stitching. This is going to be my end of 2025 coming into 2026 WIP Parade. So it's been a little while between videos, so I was thinking this really is the best way to kick it off. I'm going to go through all my WIPs. I do have photos of where they were up to last year and what I've done now. I will probably just include plans for this year as I go along. But yeah, I am 33 years old. I live in New South Wales, Australia, and I have been cross stitching consistently since about 2020 during, the lockdowns where we were all at home. But my first ever cross stitch was, I was 10. So on and off throughout my life, I have stitched. So that's a little bit about me, pretty basic, but I'm just going to jump into it. These are long videos. They do take a bit of time. I will make a bit of a mess, so I'm trying to be mindful of that as well. Okay, I'm going to start with this one because I've got so much work on it. This is Arabesque by Jan Hicks Create, so I will pop up what it will look like when it's done. And I will now pop up how much I had done on it at the start of last year. And this is almost done. So I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count autumn leaves from Peggy Designs, and this is where I am up to. So I am so close to being finished. This will be done this year. I haven't been able to put it down recently, so I just love the way this looks on this fabric. I'm stitching it with black coffee. Black coffee from Classic Colorworks. So that is what I am stitching mine in. I saw this pattern because Laura from Stitching by the Shore is stitching it, or I don't know if she's finished it yet, but she's doing it in like the red, and it looks really good. So I will be really excited to have that finished. I didn't have a lot of finishes last year, just I started heaps, had a lot go on, so it will be nice to see that one completed. All right, let's just pick things off the cabinet. So I keep some of mine in these little folders. I get these from Teaser Handmade. Her name's Taryn, and she has a Facebook page. So I will show you this one because there's no pattern. So there's little things where I can put my bobbins, and then the pattern and the fabric. So yeah, and I have a couple of these. So this one is the Alice in Wonderland tree from Tiny Botanist. So this is what it will look like when it's done. This one is a carry-on from last year. So this is where I was up to in last year's WIP Parade. I'm stitching this on a piece of 18 count camo from Peggy Designs, and this is where I'm up to. So I finished his little face. I think I've finished the cup. I think I've finished actually just the whole top tier and now brought down to the second. So I love these little Tiny Botanist trees. I think they're so cute and fun, and you get lots of little elements, so it's like you finish things as you go. Yeah, usually I do finish a tree a year. I finished the Poe tree and I've done the Nutcracker tree, and last year was the first year I didn't finish a tree, but last year was also the first year I had 3 trees, so that could be why. Okay. The next one is, these are both carry-ons, so I'm not sure that I stitched on this. I don't think that I did, to be completely honest. This is from Emma Condon / Stitcherovia, so same person. This is what the pattern will look like when it's done, and this is what it was up to when you saw it last. I'm not sure that I stitched it, but you'll be able to see from the pictures, I guess. So this is on a piece of 18 count eucalyptus from Peggy Designs, and this is where I'm up to. So I don't remember if this was done or if I have come down, but anyway. And last year I said it would be finished by March last year, and it hasn't been. So I don't have any particular plans to pick that up either, because I've been working so much on Arabesque. So there are things that I would like to get completed and out of my, like they're holding on by such small amounts. The next one I know I did do some work on. So this is the pattern. And then this is where I was up to last WIP Parade. And this is where I'm at now. So I'm sure that I came down and did this. I don't think that was done. So this is, oh, this fabric's beautiful. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count, oh, what are you, Bushfire from Peggy Designs. So this is lovely. And same thing, I don't have any particular plans on pulling that out and jumping into that. It's just one of those things. Okay, let's go this one. I'm doing all the ones in these bags first, and then we'll go from there. I looked at this morning. I know I haven't stitched on this at all. So this is from the Disney Cross Stitch magazine. So this is what it will look like when it's done. I'm not going to put a picture of it from last year's WIP Parade because I didn't pull it out. And this was what I was afraid of. So I've been putting off this WIP Parade because I know that a lot of my projects didn't get work, and then there are a lot of new starts which were maybe not necessary when I have so many projects that need some love. So I don't know what 100% my plans are this year in tackling that, but I guess we'll see what happens, because I can't keep just adding things, you know. This is a Mermaid Sleeps here from Stitchery. This is what it will look like when it's done. This is where I was up to last year, and I know that I've put in some work on this year. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count, I think it's called Coral Dreams from Peggy Designs. It was a fabric of the month, and I don't believe it made it to the full collection. If it did, I don't think it did, but anyway, it's fine. So I came across, I've like done more of a hair. I'm now at the other corner. This is really, really nice. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and like the next bit down here is like intense stitching. But if I pull it out and work on it every now and then, like I'm happy with that. I know my daughter would really like me to have it done, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I feel like I'm storming through these, maybe because I haven't done a video in a while. I'm just like, get the information out. Okay, this was a new start because it wasn't in last year's video. So this is the Wizard of Oz tree. So this was a new start. I actually did more of this on this than my Alice in Wonderland tree, which is silly considering it's now older, but this is where I'm up to. I really, really like this fabric and how it like look like clouds. So this is 18 count Snow Cone from Peggy Designs, and it's looking great. I love these. Like, so if you're in like WIP Warriors or any of the cross stitch groups, like these trees are so good like for prompts, because there's so many little elements which make it like they're easy to pull out if you're doing, you know, stitching games, I guess. Okay, this one I'm not sure that I put any stitches on it. No, I didn't. This is, I can't put a picture in, it's too hard. So this is the pattern. And this is where I'm up to. So I've started Snow White. I have not stitched on Snow White in the last 12 months, which sucks, but it is what it is. had a pretty interesting year. We're gonna have an interesting year this year too, so that's what will happen there. All right. Now last year I said it was embarrassing that if this was still around. This year it's probably even more embarrassing because now it's even longer, but I have worked on it, so I know that. This stuff really should have done, but I haven't, and I'm not entirely sure when I will get it done. But this is the Greenhouse of Oddities sale from Lola Crow cross stitch, and this is beautiful. Oh, that's it there. This is on a piece of 18 count mummy from Bestitch Me. So I know I filled in this, I know I filled in over here. There's still a tree missing from the middle, but there's not a lot of work in this. I just need to do it and want to do it. Oh, I don't think I popped in where I was at last year, but it wasn't too different. So yeah, this is lovely. I really like the fabric too, so I'd like to get it finished so then I have access to like cut the rest of the fabric and be able to use that for something else. Being in Australia, I don't have access to Bestitch Me. I do, but by the time you take into consideration like shipping and conversions and things like that, it ends up being quite expensive. So the only Bestitch Me fabric I have is fabric from like D-stashes on Facebook, and if someone may be selling some on eBay, I might have a look at it. So yeah, okay. I love this. So this is the Vanity Sampler from Hello from Liz Matthews. This is what it looks like. This was really hard to show you what it looked like the year before because it's such a big pattern, but I know I did work on it. I didn't, you know, do a lot of work on it, but I definitely did pull it out. This is where I'm up to, so I know that this is new. I know that this big flower is new compared to last year. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count Turbulent. This is my favorite fabric color from Lisa at Paddock Lane Designs. Absolute favorite. And every time I have a piece of it, I put something on it. Like I never have like a spare piece. I think I have like a skinny, like an extra small piece in there, but generally it does get put away. Oh, and I'm doing the conversion from Cam the Stitcher here on YouTube. So she did a goth color conversion, which is what I stitched mine in. All right, what's in here? We're getting to zippers, so yeah. Oh, this is the Santa Stop Here pattern from Stitchery, and this is what it's meant to look like. And I'm not showing you before because I didn't touch it. That's what it looked like last year. That's what it looks like now. So ridiculous. There's not a lot of stitching that needs to be done, and I just haven't done it. But I should. So I think because I'm in, I don't know if you might see some stitching that wasn't included last year because I'm in my cross stitch area this year, and last year I had to film in a different room. It's like I only took what was directly in the spot, so there were definitely things missing, so it'll be interesting to see like what pops up. That's just one that's ready, that's kitted up, that's not actually anything. Okay, this should not have come into this year, but it did. So this is the Black Pearl by the Witchy Stitcher, and this is where I was up to last year. This is silly that this is still going, but anyway, this is where I'm up to now. So I don't know if I'm halfway or not. I can't quite work out. Like, I've still got a bit to come down, and there's a lot of counting in these sales, but it's monochromatic, so it's not hard. Yeah, I think, so this is 18 count. I think it's Lavender Flowers from Paddock Lane Designs. It's either Lavender Flowers or Lavender Fields. But there's a light purpley in there, which makes me feel that it's Lavender Flowers. So if you do like oh sorry, I've got the Legend of Sleeping Hollow that I finished in 2023 in the back there. But if you do like this fabric, I'd compare Lavender Fields and Lavender Flowers to see which one. Yeah. But that one we're getting pulled out. I would like to have that done this year. I'm going to add that into that, and Arabesque are two that I would absolutely want done this year. Ooh, okay, yep, I wasn't expecting that in here. Okay, this is the Snow White tree from Tiny Modernist. See, like that? Sorry, I've got 3 this year. What am I doing? And this is the new start for this year. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count Angel of the Morning from Colour Cascade Fabrics, which is another Australian dye. And that's the start I've got on that. So like, it's not a bad start. So like if I put this, the work from this, the work from the Wizard of Oz tree, and the work from the Alice in Wonderland tree, would I have completed a tree? Not quite, but like, because I've started so much as well. But yeah, I really like this fabric too. The difference with, I would say, between Colour Cascades fabric and Paddock Lanes is I feel like Paddock Lanes is thicker. It's, I don't know if they use a different Aida when they dye. I'm not sure, but they do feel a bit different. But yeah, it's hard to tell because if I do it that on the light, then it just looks so white, but it's not. It's like blue and pink, but subtle. Yeah, it's really nice fabric. It's funny, like you get your preferences though with your fabrics, and then like everything else just feels strange. Another zipper. Okay, and this followed me into another year, but I know I stitched on it. So this is Floral Skull from Artist Alley. Floral Sugar Skull, Artist Alley. I'll double check, but yep, this is what it looks like when it's done. This is where I was up to last year, and this is where I'm up to now. It looks the same, but it's not, because I did a heap of little stitches, a heap of confetti. So there was a heap of stitches missing in the pumpkin. There was a lot of stitches missing down here still. I came across and like finished over here, filled in all of this. Like I know I've actually done a lot of stitching on it. It just doesn't look like a lot because of that confetti. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count Confederate grey just from Zweigart. And it's gonna probably follow me around for the next 10 years because I really like the pattern. I really like how it looks when it's done. I just hate confetti. I hate confetti. This is not the way I like to stitch. When I started this now, like 3 years ago, I didn't know that. I will still keep it. I don't plan on like, you know, UFOing it yet. Obviously we'll see what happens, but every now and then I do pull it out, which is better than never. So some of these things have been pulled out never, and that's an issue. Speaking of never, this is, what is this? Like the haunted house style? Haunted mansion style? Hold on. I think so, from Tiny Modernist. And this one, I really think I'm going to UFO. So this is where I'm up to. I think I worked on it this year. I do have the before photo. I've thought about not finishing this one. I'll pop up a picture of it when it's completed. When I got this pattern, I thought it was really cute and I really liked all the little elements, and to be honest I still do, but it's like, it's just a lot of stitching and I'm not sure that I love the finished piece. So I'm just looking like at the card. If this was a tree, like if she did like a haunted tree with these, I would probably be all over it. I'm just not sure. So it's a maybe. If I feel no need to pull this out and don't think about this in the next like 12 months, then maybe I should. Because this is stitched on a piece of 18 count Catacombs by Stitch Me. So this is like a fancy fabric for me. And it's like wasted with a pattern on it that I'm not stitching. So I don't know. I haven't fully decided, but I know that I probably wouldn't start this pattern now. And part of that is too, it's so big and I've just got other things that I like more. But if we're being honest, it's probably not for me. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Alright, so this I know I stitched on. So this is the Dark Queen of the Sea. This was a stitch along by Autumn Lane Stitchery. This is where I was up to when you saw it last. And this is where I'm up to now. So I know I came down and did the purple. I know I did some stuff down here. I know I've stitched on this. I just can't quite remember exactly what that was. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count Christmas from Peggy Designs. So you can see the sparkle. It's an opal. I think this will look really cool on this fabric. I don't particularly like stitching on opal, which I learned after I started a massive pattern on opal, but it's fine. I don't feel any kind of need to like UFO it or anything. I think that I enjoy pulling it out when I do, so that's a plus. I'm just starting to feel like now I have so many patterns and I've like kind of gone through the phase of starting heaps, and now I'm sort of getting to that point where like now I know what I like, and it means that I've got patterns that I don't want to particularly touch all the time, but I don't want to get rid of. So I'm just at a weird, I don't know what to do with them. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is, I do this every year and I'm going to do it again, and I won't finish it like I do all the others. So this is last year's Fox and Rabbit mystery sale, and went really well for like 2 months, and then I didn't pick it up ever again. So, but I want to, and I love the fabric that it's on. But anyway, this is the completed pattern as to what it will look like when it's done. This wasn't in last year's video because I hadn't started it, and this is what I've done. So I think it looks really cool. It's on a massive piece of turbulent, which I love. It would make a really cool European pillow like case when it's done, if it's ever done. But let me fold that back down so I can. But it's lovely, and I really like the way it looks when it's done. They've just brought out this year's, which I want to start, even though I have not completed the last 2 years. But I think that's just part of it. And like, I have so much fabric, I'm not hurting anyone by starting it again, even though 2 seconds ago I said I had too many projects. This is a new start as well. So this is from How to Train a Dragon. This is Toothless. This is a picture of what it will look like when it's done. And this is where I'm at. So I fully outlined him. There's obviously a lot of fill in for him, but his outline of his body's done. I've just got to outline his face, and then it will be pretty easy to just sit down and stitch whatever's left over. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count parchment from Peggy Designs, and there's room for at least 3 other of the little dragons because I did buy the set. My daughter is obsessed with How to Train a Dragon and Toothless, so look how cute he is. This is going to look so cool when it's done. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. And for some reason he lives in a Christmas bag. Like, who knows? Just don't want to lose that. That's a new start. Okay. This was also a new start for this year. This is a picture of the total pattern. It's Why God Made Little Boys, and I was going to make this for my sister who had a baby boy this year, and I started it, and yeah, because it's such an old pattern, they did so many color changes, and like there's so much back stitch and things like that, and I kind of forgot and just thought like it'll be fine, and this is what I've done. so it's not a lot of stitches. At least I know the verse itself will go really quickly, so it's more just like stitching that top piece and then that bottom element. But yeah, this is stitched on a piece of 18 count, I think it's Olivine from Peggy Designs. It was a fabric of the month. This is another one, I'm not sure if it made its way to the like full collection. Is it Olivine? Yeah, Olivine. It was November from 2023, fabric of the month. Alright, so they're all the ones in bags, like proper cross-stitch bags. So I'm just going to take a little break, pause and put this away so then I can go on to the next spot. Alright, I'll put those back so that then I can get started on these. So this is like the downhill run. I want to start with this because this is the piece to my friend Quaker Sampler from Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is really nice, and I think it looks really cool. So this is where I'm up to. I've got the tag there. So I'm edge to edge, so that's the full width of the project. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count blush in the raw Ada from Peggy Designs. And I'm stitching this with, what is it? Silks for You in PR199. So, oh, I'm all tangled. What have I done here? So it's like I've made a bit of a mess. I must have pulled this off when I pulled it out of the bag. So it like goes from light to, it's really, really nice. Silk, it feels really nice, and I really like putting the silk on the raw, like, because it's such a harsh, like, rough fabric, and then like the silk thread, I don't know, I just like it. And I feel like the fleck in the raw brings out, like the floss brings that out, and I just think it looks so good. Lisa does do the raw fabric. I think that it's listed on her website. I looked I looked last week because I wanted to buy another piece at 18 count, and only the 16 count was listed on the website. So I'm not sure if there's just like stock issues or if it is available and just not on the website. Usually I order direct just by messaging Lisa, so I'm not entirely sure, but I do really, really like that. Okay. This was definitely around last year. So this is from, I think it's Cottage Garden. Yeah, Cottage Garden Samplings, and this is from the Fabulous House series, and this is number 3, the greenhouse. This is where I was up to, so I think it was only like 700 stitches in, and this is where I'm up to now. So I know I did the flowers, I know I came down more. This is stitched on a piece of Cloudy Moon. It was a fabric of the month from October 2024, but I'm pretty sure this one did make it onto the website. This is a beautiful grey. Like, this is stunning piece of fabric. This would fit 3 more houses, so 4 in total. And I do have like some of the where are they? Up here? No. Oh, they're up there, I can't reach. Some of the more like castle looking ones, which I think will look stunning on this fabric as well. So this is coming along all right. This hasn't got, like, it's got a lot of white, and then I was missing, I think, the green, so I had to order that, and then I just got distracted. But it doesn't have a lot of stitching, but I also don't have any plans for it, so we'll see what happens. Okay. This is the, I think they call this the Moon Bell Pull from, or Moon Phase Bell Pull from Tiny Bonus Designs. This is what it looks like when it's done. This is what it looked like last year. And I don't know if I put any stitches in. I don't think I did any work on this year. I need a lot of good light to stitch on this, because this is stitched on a piece of 18 count Stonehenge from Stitchery, so it's very dark, and where I sit and stitch I do use a lot of natural light, and yeah, I just haven't pulled it out, but it's such a nice fabric. It's beautiful. And that's where I'm up to. I think it looks really cool. I think the white stands out and looks awesome on the fabric. There's nothing in there to like complain about. It's just hard to stitch on, and then I forget about it. So when I am stitching, if I've stitched on something at night time, like I sort of tend to hyper focus at the moment on 1 or 2 projects, and so I need to do better at that this year. This is another Fox and Rabbit Designs mystery sampler. I don't think I stitched on this in the last 12 months, which is silly, but it is what it is. This is what it looks like. It looks exactly the same. This fabric's stunning though. This is a piece of 18 count Haunted from Paddock Lane Designs. I really like this. I was thinking about like this year's stitch along, doing a very similar like colour. If I could do the same colours in this year's stitch along, then I could have both of them in a bag, and maybe when I'm finished doing like this month's, then I'm already set up with that there. So that might be a bit of a plan to get some, you know, some more work on it. I think that is what I'll do. I'm going to leave this out, and I'm going to match up a fabric now. Like not now, but like after this video, so that then if it, like the colors all matched, it's that fabric, then we can just, you know, a bit of a plan. What's this? Oh, that's a partially filled up project that has not become a project yet. What about you? Oh, same thing. A project that has not become. There's some plans there, I guess. What's this? Oh, same thing. See, so I have some plans. They haven't become full plans yet. They're just kitted up, ready to become plans. Okay. I know I stitched on this since you saw it last year. So this is, what are you? This is a Little Magic pattern from Stitchery. So this is what the pattern looks like fully done. I love this. It comes in 2 different versions. So one on like a cream fabric and then one on the navy. I had originally kitted this up and had the navy fabric. I hadn't started yet, but I just wasn't like sold on it. And then I started buying like hand dyed fabrics, and I found this fabric, which is stunning, from Color Cascade Fabrics. It's called Sorcerer, and this is what I'm up to. So I know I hadn't done most of this, and I definitely hadn't done the tree last year, but this fabric's really nice. I don't have like plans like, oh my god, I want to finish this by blah blah blah. I would just like to work on it. I'd like to maybe have the other tree done, and maybe the circle. So by that's a goal. I would like to have this top circle thing done, and I think that's a pretty fair goal. Yeah, I really do like the colour of that fabric. I don't know that I would have started it on the navy. It just seemed like plain and boring. This is the Cryptid stitch along from the Witchy Stitcher. I don't need to put up the before photo because I also didn't stitch on it this year. And I started this once and then I hated the fabric that I chose. I gifted the fabric away at a cross stitch retreat. It would have been September, not last year, like September of 2024. And I started and then gave up. And the thing is, I love this pattern. I love that and the Supernatural cell, which I have kitted up as well. But I just need to stitch on it, and then I don't know what I do. I start different things. Oh, this is my finish bag from last year. Okay. So this, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you things I finished it as I go. This is the Luminous Fiber Arts Halloween cross stitch pattern. Here is what it looked like last time you seen it. And I don't need to put in a before picture because this is now complete. So this is lovely. I love this so much. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count lavender raw Ada from Peggy Designs. I stitched this with Weeks Dye Works in Stepping Stone and Violet. So Stepping Stone is the more solid colour and Violet being the purple variegated, but I love this so much. I just need to get that like fully finished, decide all that. There's two more in here. So this was Boo Watch. I don't think I really need to show you a before photo, but I'm now finished this. I'd only stitched the top row when you saw it in last year's WIP Parade, and now it is fully complete. Yes. Yeah, I think the only thing I changed out was it had beads for the eyes, but because I stitched on 18 count, then you need petite beads, and I just didn't see the point. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. This is a piece of 18 count Ada that was dyed by Adelaide Stitches here on Flosstube, so I'll link her down below as well. Yeah, and she gave me this piece of fabric at the retreat, so I think it looks really cute. It's just a nice little finish. I think he's cute. And then the other thing in here is this was from 2024's Halloween Just Cross Stitch magazine. This was where I was up to when you saw it last. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count koala. Yeah, this was a fabric of the month in 2023 from Fancy Fabric, who are no longer dyeing. Yeah, so I've done him, and now I've done both of them, and they look so cute. This is such a big piece of fabric too, so like I really need to, like, you know, cut that down. But I have so much fabric that like I get lazy with that kind of thing because I have so many options that it's not the end of the world. The one thing I did swap out was I swapped out the black, so it was meant to be 310, with black coffee from Colour and Cotton. So yeah, they're the three like finishes. Three. Last year was pathetic, but that's fine. Let's not yet kitted up things. What's this? Let's have a look. Yep. Oh, I was watching this. I was watching last year's, and I said, oh yeah, this will be definitely finished by next year. Not finished. So maybe this is lavender flowers. You know, I said the other purple was lavender flowers. One's lavender flowers and one's lavender fields. Maybe this one's lavender flowers. Normally I have the little tags, but for some reason for these two purples, I don't seem to have the tags. And then I don't have, normally in my collection I have like double ups, especially of purples, and I don't have another one. So this is Maleficent. She hasn't changed since last year, which, you know, yeah. But this fabric's so beautiful, and I also have so much of that. Like that's and I'm just stitching this tiny little thing in the corner. There's another like pattern in the Disney cross stitch magazines, and it's the witch from Snow White, and it'll look really cool in this fabric as well. So I'll probably just keep that and like do like purple villains. But like, why haven't I finished her? I don't know. Finishes from the year before. And that's in the same place. Okay. This is Baba Yaga's hut. I did not work on this year. So this is stitched on a piece of, this is 20 count. I think this is 20 count. And I don't have the name of it, but I normally don't buy 20 count, so I know that this was bought in like a D stash, which could be why I don't have the colour, but that's where I'm up to. And I think it's cute, but obviously I haven't pulled it out, so who knows why, to be honest. That's that one. And then this, I'm so proud because, not that I've stitched it, but I've threaded needles to stitch it. when you saw this last, this had some stitching on this side that I said I needed to pull out, and I did. So whilst I did not, well, I don't think I stitched on it, I did pull out what was incorrect, which is great. So I would like to have this, I would obviously like to have this stitched. There's not a lot of stitching left. This should be a finish, and for whatever reason, I think because I'd made that mistake, I like didn't stitch on it, and it like turned me off it for ages when all I had to do was unpick it, where now I have. This is a piece of 18 count raspberry from Peggy Designs. This is stunning. Like, this is beautiful. I actually don't know if she still does this color or not, but it's like so deep and dark and red, and it's really nice. And I'm stitching this in a crew, and it looks nice, like that yellowy white next to it. It's not like a stark white. I think it looks really pretty. It says like Merry Christmas down the bottom. This is a freebie from Fox and Rabbit's website, so I think it was the 2019 Christmas tree, and I would like to have that done by Christmas. I said that last Christmas, but at least I unpicked the part that I said I wanted to, and that was the biggest issue. I know I am missing a witch. I'm missing a stitch. I'll show you this, and then I'm gonna go look for that before I finish this video, because I would like her included. I don't know that these count, but last year I showed this little house, and then this year I did the little Santa, but I ran out of a colour here, so he is on hold. These are all from Shannon Christie's designs, so they're her little free ornaments that she puts out on Facebook. I finished the little penguin, he's so cute, and I started the gingerbread man. So this is a piece of 18 count nutmeg from Peggy Designs, and I've been using that for my Christmas ornaments, like the little circles. I think they're so cute. And yeah, I am going to go find the Celestial Witch, because I know I'm missing her, and I know I have another finish that I did this year that I haven't found in here, so I'll be back. Okay, I found them. So I knew I was missing a couple, so yeah. Okay, this one, this is so cute. So I'm talking about this one because of the ones I just talked about. So Shannon Christie Designs, she puts out like freebies on Facebook, just in her Facebook page or Facebook group, and she did like Halloween ones this year, and they were so cute. So I stitched one of the little cups. I've just got a little bit to do. I'm only missing a little bit. Yeah, cute it is. And like, she did a couple of these, so I would like to stitch them. And they're like quick and easy, but I have so many I need to get work on. Like, if I didn't stitch this, I could have got significant work on something else, but it is what it is. And this is stitched on a piece of 18 count Wisteria Ada from Colour Cascade Fabrics, and this is really pretty as well. It's been all folded up because it was in my bag that I take in the car, and it looks so cute. So that's that one. The other one that was in that carry bag is what are you called? Nevermore from Lila Studios, and this is what it looks like when it's done. This is where I was up to last year. This fabric's stunning. I wish I could get just another piece exactly like this piece, but anyway, this is what I'm up to. So I stitched that whole motif, and it was so fun, and I absolutely love it, and I think that it looks really, really good on this fabric. So this fabric is a piece of 18 count Amethyst Ada. Look at it. I want more of this fabric. This is from Crafty Leanie, so I'm in her Fabric of the Month club. This year I've been thinking about cancelling it, only because, one, financially, like, it's $50 every second month, so it's not a monthly Fabric of the Month, it's every second month. Secondly, last year, I love her fabrics, don't get me wrong. I'm shutting this drawer so I can open this drawer. So last year, 1, lot of her fabrics here. I'm going to pull them out. So these are all of her fabrics of the month that I've received since I've been part of her club. Now, a lot of them are, like, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, they're stunning. I don't like yellow. I don't like stitching yellow. I don't like it. And to me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are yellow based. Now, whilst that one's probably not too bright, but it's got like the big, that's yellow, it's clementine, it's stunning. Like, I'll show you. I'm on another tangent here, but it's stunning. It's beautiful. I don't know when I'll use it, and it's just because of the color. Like, that is such a pretty fabric. I know that, but I'm not comfortable in that color realm. Like where the purples and the blues, definitely. This also beautiful. What is this? Soul. Like, are you joking? Stunning. I don't know what to stitch on it. I don't think it's in my, like, wheelhouse of colors. Like, now that you've seen all my stitching, it's just not what I gravitate to. Like, this is pretty, but I just don't know what to put on it. I don't know what to put on it. And that's where I think that maybe it's just not for me. Palomino, beautiful. I just have no idea what to use it for. And that's the issue that I find with those fabrics. And it's a fabric of the month club. It's a mystery. I know that. The colors that are, like, that's stunning. That's beautiful. I don't know what I'll put on it, but that makes me more excited. And I think that that might be the issue. So whilst I love her fabrics, I think that they're so different and the variety's so big, which is great. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but the only one I've ever used is Amethyst out of the fabric of the months, and there are, like, yeah, they're stunning, but I'm not sure that it matches me as a stitcher, and that's okay. I know though that I would go on to her Etsy and I would buy Amethyst. I know that there are purples and there are colors that are on her Etsy right now that are just stunning, that I would buy. With the fabric of the months, getting those oranges and stuff, it's just like, oh, okay. And it's not her, it's me. Like, I'm the problem in that situation. So that was a complete side note. Anyway, this is what is it called? Maybe The Haunted Carriage by the Witchy Stitcher. It's so cute. I've done most of black now. I actually was stitching that in Anchor Black, not in 310. So I had a skein of it. I don't know why. Looks really cool. Like, part of me just wants to finish the horse and then leave it and not fill in the colours. I just think it looks cool. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count lavender parfait from Paddock Lane Designs. And then on the other side, this is Celestial Witch from Stitch Sprout. She's gonna be so pretty with a big hat. This is stunning. So I just stitched this like on the other side, so they'll be, you know, pretty. What is that? Oh, it's a bit of fluff. Yep. I just think it's so cute. And I think that that is everything. So they are all the projects I have currently. So some goals for this year would be, I would like to, I'd really like to finish the greenhouse of oddities. I don't know whether or not I will. I would like to work on a tiny bonus tree, because last year was the first year I didn't finish a tree, so I would like to pick one and have that done. the other thing I would like to have finished is obviously the black pearl, and like Arabesque will be finished soon as well. So last year I think I only had like 3 big finishes, and then like lots of little like ornament type things that sort of you finish and they go before you even document them. Yeah, I'd like to start less big things, and even though I've got some like kitted up, they're not started, so I think that that's okay. I think the Santa stops here thing, they're just 2 little patterns that could be finished in an afternoon. I would like to get them done out of the bag so that they're just completed. There's just some things that are maybe floating around that could be completed and finished. So I don't know exactly how many projects I have. I didn't count them or keep tally, or and then like little ornaments, I don't know if I count that as like, you know, one. Does that count as 1 finish or 4 finishes? Like I don't know where to fit that in my brain, so I just think maybe I need to organize things a little bit differently. I've just seen out of the corner of my eye there was one other thing that I stitched and finished. Okay, last pause, I swear. So this is from M. Kisser Creations. This is called Things I Know for Certain, and it's a quote from Practical Magic. In her pattern there is like witches with umbrellas, and I decided to just stitch the same. I stitched this on a piece of 18 count Royal Mare from Paddock Lane Designs. I like it. It looks like parchmenty, looks like old fashioned. I stitched in the called for, except for this last line I stitched in a variegated red from Cotton Garden Threads. Yep. So yeah, that is everything I stitched last year. So what was I saying? Yeah, goals. Yeah, there are some things I'd like to have finished. I just like to get some progress. I think that this year I would like to start less and just knock some things out that have maybe been hanging on. I'd also like to let go of a few WIPs. So I know that I think that's in the bottom of this drawer. In last year's video, I put in the love, the All You Need Is Love pattern from Tiny Modernist or Stitchery, and that was meant to be for my sister, and I know it's down here, but I did not work on it, and it's like, is it, there it is, like it's half done. It's meant to say love, and then that's it. Yeah, I haven't stitched that. It's kind of gone into the drawer of forgotten patterns. There are 2 projects down there already. One of them is a jellyfish, and it was a pattern I downloaded on Etsy back when I first sort of came back to stitching, and it was just so confetti heavy. Like it looks cool, don't get me wrong, hate doing it, will not ever pick that up again. I've rehomed all the threads. What do you do with these? Like, do I just throw this in the bin and pretend I never existed? Like at the moment it lives in a drawer and I act like it's not there. The second one is one I can't bring myself to throw out. So I started this in 2018, and it's a, what is it? It's from one of those old school books. Why can't I remember? I don't know. But there's a lot of backstitch. It's blended threads. It's on 14 count Ada, which I hate, but it's a big piece. My nan used to stitch on 14 count Ada. See, it's double-sided. That's how big this is. And like I can't bring myself to throw it out. Like I'd love to have it finished. I'll never stitch on it, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like what do we do with those things? That's what I would like to know. Okay, that's it for this video. I would like to keep on top of them this year. Last year we had a lot go on. This year I don't know if it's going to be much better, to be honest. There's a lot of things sort of up in the air right now as to like where we're going to be living. My daughter's starting her first year in a support class. We have my husband finding a job. There's just so much going on that I don't want to like commit to. I just don't want to commit to that. In theory would love to. The reality of it is it really just depends on how the house is going. Next weekend we have the online Australian cross stitch event. I'll tag that below. It's run by Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs. I was part of it last year. I'll be part of it again this year, which I was surprised that Lisa even wanted me to be honest, after how inconsistent I'd been the last 12 months. So I'm going to be there, definitely logged in on the Sunday, and on the Monday I might be in and out depending on what my day looks like. So that's coming up. I'll link her down below and any information I can get into the description box. And then yeah, if you've made it this far, I would like you to put books in your comment, because this may be one of the last times I film in this room where the bookcases are, and we'll see. As we update, as we go throughout the year, we'll see what happens. But please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love the support. I'm so close to hitting that. Like I hit the 1,000 and then I was like, I hadn't posted for a while, so obviously some drop off and things like that. I think I just like, I want that push and I want that like motivation as well. If you want to, you know, if you have any questions or anything like that down below, I'd love to engage with you guys in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I see you on my next one. Bye guys.